evening, YouTube. It is 20 to 9. We've just seen the last show of the day, so show 4. We're Ian and Jane, if you've not seen us before.
Hi.
There's a whole load of other videos and reviews that we're doing here at Edinburgh Fringe already on the channel. So this was...
A letter to Lyndon B. Johnson or God. Whoever reads this first.
Nice long title.
Yeah, and it says absurdist LGBTQ+, from consecutive 2002 and 2023 Fringe First Award winners Xhloe and Natasha comes an absurdist two-hander about the idealised American childhood and the boys it left behind.
Now, I mean, we've seen two of Xhloe and Natasha's other shows. We saw them in London. In fact, we've repurposed one of the videos that's here, which is and then they ate the baby. I didn't really quite know what to expect with this. I mean, I have to say that little synopsis doesn't really tell us anything.
No.
It doesn't tell you anything about what the play's like.
No.
I thought it was... I'm not sure I really got it.
It's interesting you say that. I'm not... I mean, I didn't get, it was about the childhood that got, the boys that got left behind.
Mm. I mean, they're dressed as scouts.
Yeah, or whatever the equivalent is.
Equivalent is American scouts.
They're on camp.
Yes, and
And, they look like, fantastic, sort of full of energy, young lads, muddy legs, and, and the pace of the physicality of it is fantastic. And
the choreography, the choreography connected to the audio parts.
Yeah. Oh,
it's absolute. I mean, it is spot on. I mean, the amount of rehearsal to get it that tight. It's like it really is. It's like it's watching a dance. You are watching a dance, really.
I mean, it's in the round, this particular production, which actually the others were more or less
three sides,
weren't
they? Yeah.
And it's just action-packed from corner to corner across. The dialogue is fast, snappy, and they sort of, it's like boys do. They tell stories. They think, do you remember when? And then they'll go off onto another one, but then come back to the previous story and pick it up. But in between, there's, they have like the funny handshake or the allegiance to the flag, which they do in several versions, and
that is incredibly
so there's hands, but there's everything they do. The only other thing on stage is this massive truck
wheel tire. Yeah.
That gets used for various things. They stand on it, they fall in it, you name it. It
becomes a window at one point.
And it gets wheeled around. So that is constantly being used to sort of set up like little scenarios. And it's just action-packed, non-stop. I mean, the other thing is that when you think about it, because, I think I took the sort of the whole thing as being when they were boys and they're at camp, but then there are elements. There's one slightly dark moment, isn't there, when there's one of them, their father, goes and deals out some violence.
I've forgotten that.
Which is quite a dark moment.
Yeah. There's also I don't want to say. I'm going to say you end up giving too much away, don't you? So I won't say.
But anyway, I'm not going to say any more than that. But that's quite a dark moment. And then there's, they're playing at being soldiers, and then there's a suggestion at the end, and this is maybe where it's, the fact is that their childhood was idealised, but actually, they then become real soldiers.
Well, that's the impression that I certainly got from it.
So there is that going on as well.
Yeah.
Because you don't quite know when that's happening. which is,
And I actually think they go backwards and forwards.
Yeah, I think maybe that's
because
that's
but it is quite difficult to know exactly. You need to, it's.
But then that's what's quite interesting about productions, because it makes you think, and you're looking. You're maybe putting things in that actually aren't there.
Yeah.
But equally, you may be missing something. But it just makes you think, and it's not right or wrong.
No.
Because it's what your impression,
I mean, if we get to speak to Xhloe and Natasha at some point, we will actually ask them. They do come in the space office from time to time, so we may hopefully get a chance to have just a quick chat with them about it. Because
stop. And I must say, having seen the other two productions, my favourite so far is this one.
Oh, right, okay.
Because I felt, for me, even though I didn't get that it's, an ideal... Well, in one sense you get that it's looking backwards, it's something that's gone, because they're talking, Lyndon B. Johnson is president. So, I know when he was president. So I get that. But I just took it on one level, that it's just a snapshot, of...
I mean, it's funny. I mean, maybe we're not the demographic for their work, but that doesn't mean to say that we can't appreciate it. And I certainly, all of the three plays, there are elements of all of the plays that I haven't got.
Yeah.
And I think I said to you before when we saw Baby that I didn't think it mattered, and I suspect it probably doesn't matter here, that you get every nuance of what is written, what they've written.
I think it's less obvious. Is that as a bit of a...
I mean, certainly my favourite is still Baby out of the three.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I didn't enjoy this. I did enjoy it, and I think on a very superficial level, just watching their performance is mesmerising.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you take nothing else away from it, just to see them do this dance, is amazing, really.
And there's no sort of obvious beginning, middle, end.
No.
It's like one continuous shot of how, idealistic young Americans who are part of the, the Scout movement or whatever they call it over there, and it is, you just can't take your eyes off them. They are absolutely brilliant. I mean, they really are.
I mean, they did get a standing ovation at the end of it.
Yeah.
So it had that response
and
for the whole.
It was practically full.
Yeah.
Practically
and we're still really early in the Fringe. So when's it on?
It is on. So it is on now through to Saturday the 24th. Not the only day it isn't on is Sunday the 11th. They are doing 2-for-1s on the 5th and 6th. That's Monday and Tuesday. And it is various prices, so if you're quick, but we probably won't get this out, it's £8 tomorrow. Then we are talking it's 11, so it's 11 for the rest of the run with concessions. It is at the Space Nidri Street in the Upper Theatre Round, and it is 50 minutes long, and it's on at 20. Now, interestingly...
Is there a change?
Yeah, there's a change. So it is currently at 2:25 until
not 2:20. Oh, not 2:25.
Sorry, 20:25. I beg your pardon.
Yeah.
Sorry, I mean 25 minutes past 8 in the evening. But then on the 12th, the 12th to the 18th, it is 10 to 9. And then the 19th to the 24th, goes back to 8:30. So basically, check.
Check the
times.
Don't rely that.
No, because it does.
It's jumping
change.
around all over the place.
It is for whatever reason, but they really are up and coming, and they, you know, there's a lot of people because they have, I mean, you know, they've been around for the last few years, but they've already got 2 Fringe Firsts.
Yeah, they came. I mean, they've been here in the. I mean, I don't know whether they went back to America, but they were here. When did we see them? We saw them about.
It was
4 months ago,
around Easter time. So
Yeah.
it was sort of beginning of April.
April.
Yeah.
So maybe they've been back to America, but they were.
Yeah.
They had short runs in London, didn't they?
Yeah, and they're New York based, aren't they?
I think they are New York based.
They're
Yeah.
New York based.
Definitely worth seeing. No matter you see either play. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Baby is just as good, you know, for me, I feel it's slightly better. But all of the 3, if you ever get a chance to see the other one, which is Who Burned Down the Rodeo, which they brought last year, and we managed to see in London.
Yeah.
And they probably will bring that back at some point, or you may be able to see it. How many stars? Sorry, you want to say something?
Yeah. No. The only thing I was thinking, I might like to revisit, and then they ate the baby at some point.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to say a 5.
Okay, it's a 4 from me.
Yeah.
It was always going. I mean, yes, no.
I think there's something about it.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks so much for watching. There's a whole lot of other stuff down below. Let us know what you think if you do see this. We've got I think 3 shows just tomorrow.
Okay.
Something like that, maybe 4. Who knows? We'll see you then.
Okay.
Good night.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye-bye.